In the fire lay a champion bold. May their arms be bathed in gold. Legend only tells of the woe and dwells to regain what they were foretold. For together in the cave they stood, for they knew that the cave would flood. Yet they sung a song to remind them they belong with the gods that they understood. What would tell of the monster they bear? Was the beast in their blackened glare? We've a demon in us all, unleash havoc on the call. Bear your arms and be aware. Enter the jaws of dawn.
Merely a floating rock to many who heed this tale, but for every star that explodes in space has a new tale to tell. This is the beginning of a new dawn on the planet we know as the Depths, a volcanic land inhabited by the first two beings to walk on Earth, Father Tyrant and Lady Fate, passing through to this barren floating planet. Sooner or later, their world was about to be filled with many who passed through after them, in the form of an alliance to protect what they had founded and to control their next lives on Earth's ground, residing in a castle built out of the very ground they stood on, known as the Purgaprime. Here, souls would purify themselves in the omen water that lay in front of the castle, guarded by large protective walls glazed by Fate's protective veil. For those who brought peace and goodwill to the land and reaped the rewards would pass on as the land's soldiers, the colony. For those who have brought destruction and anguish will dissolve in the water and never to be heard of again. And for those who lived troubled lives and meant little malice to the world, would reside in Fate's garden to help channel her energy into the sky and keep the omen water pure, as it would be the two things that would protect their symbolic emblem in the sky, known as the Iris, seer of all things, knowing of all pasts, presents, and futures. This proud land has existed during the first meteor strike to hit planet Earth in its prehistoric ages. The Depths is not what most would think. The Depths is the very meteor itself, floating in perfect orbit along to harness the very kinetic energy needed to create the Depths. The Depths had never been seen by Earth's very eyes, as combined together, Tyrant and Fate were able to harness their magic entities to mask the Depths inside a cloak that protect them from overseers. Since its beginning, the Depths has been long since known as a myth to all. Order was ready. However, such simple beginnings could not go without an evil that emerges before them. A rift in space had shattered open a wormhole that brought forward this broad light essence. Upon the wormhole closing, millions of sentient particles floated in the air and formed a dark energy that would create the land's very first beast to roam the world. The size of a kaiju, the wingspan double its own size, and a large scythe-like tail. This was no ordinary beast. This was the amalgamation of millions of sentient particle creatures choreographed into one unstoppable force, known only in legend as the mothohive. Untamed and archaic, the mothohive would storm towards Purgaprime and seek its prey, to maybe cease life on the Depths as we know it. And that, my fellow traveler, is where you come in. You, born into this land as a noble soldier of the colony, must band together with our combined energies to destroy the minions of the mothohive and charge towards it in hopes of slaying the foul beast and locking it away in what we call the Encrypt. Though our numbers may be few in comparison, we trust you have yourself prepared. Before you valiantly slay this beast, you will need your weapons, your health stones, and an assortment of potions at your disposal. You can either use them to heal yourself or use them to heal someone else. However you wish to move forward is of your intuition. You will all require skill, energy, teamwork, communication, and an artist's heart to tame what could very well be our last days on the Depths. Move forward, champions of the damned. Onward to the jaws of dawn.